Hey cookies, Mythras here with another topping guide all about Twizzly Gummy Cookie. Now this one's got a near and dear spot in my heart because it was one of my first epic cookies in CookieRun Kingdom, but excited to share it with you here today. So appreciate you tuning in. Flip me that like, go ahead and smash subscribe. Would love to see you around some more. Now questions, comments, feedback throughout today's episode, certainly let me know down below. Hop on the Discord server. I'd love to hear from you as always. And you will find the timestamps down there where we break down this Twizzly Gummy Cookie. We'll cover your topping guide for today. We'll go do a run with the team and show and tell, and close out with a recap about today's episode. So great way to stay connected here on all things CookieRun Kingdom. Appreciate your support. Now let's dive into Twizzly Gummy Cookie. So as I said, this was one of the first cookies on my account. I'm super excited because it was a range cookie and a rear cookie, because that means it's a damage dealer. This was one of my first big damage dealers here. Also why you see that awkward level 53 awkward investment partly, but also there's other reasons as always, as we know in CookieRun Kingdom. Key pieces there to take away: range, rear, damage dealer, DPSer. And damage per second is what that means if you don't know that. So here are the key pieces when we take a look at the Twizzly Beam, which is Twizzly Gummy Cookie special. Twizzly Gummy Cookie overloads her electro jelly gun and fires a powerful electrifying laser beam. While Twizzly Gummy Cookie is using her skill, her crit damage is increased. Remember this. And enemies hit by her laser beam will be zapped. This is a non-stackable, which is too bad, debuff that deals periodic damage and temporarily disrupts HP shields. Now that's very important. While Twizzly Gummy Cookie is charging her laser, she will briefly become resistant to interrupting effects. Single hit damage others, single crit damage, zap, and nullifies HP shield. A lot of cookies have forgot about this. That's why we like to review these. So if you do PvP, there is a place for Twizzly Gummy to disable a Claire cookie and other shields. So don't forget that, like pure vanilla. Just want to call that out. So a little fun fact there so that you remember. Now that is Twizzly Gummy Cookie there in earnest and in breakdown. Now we're going to move over to the toppings that you should be on in terms of our point of view. So you definitely want to be on Syrian Raspberry. You want to do this because you definitely want to get your attack power as high as possible. By doing that, here you can see we're almost at 50%. Now crit's very nice too, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So 5 of these is going to enable the Raspberry Set effect, boosting you additionally 5% in terms of that attack. Now, when we like to break these things down, we also like to look at bonus effects and kind of tier them into 1, 2, potentially 3 category. Twizzly Gummy Cookie certainly attack, crit damage. Now, when we go back, crit damage is going to be, or crit percent is going to be very, very important. You want to be critting a bunch. Cooldown's nice as well, so you can hit that and keep that debuff, that health shield off. As important, and then attack speed. Now that is heavy on the damage dealing. We want to take a step back and add a little bit of survivability. We'll begin to think about things like HP, damage resist being the 2 big ones, followed by defense, and then additionally all the other resistance and amplify buff kinds of things in terms of that last kind of tier there in terms of this cookie. So let's go ahead and look at these. We got crit percent, which is great. Debuff resist, not great. Amplify buff, not great. Cooldown, defense, attack speed, amplify buff, crit percent, cooldown, kind of in the middle again. Here we have damage resist, crit resist, attack, and then cooldown, attack speed, and then crit rate. So this one's pretty good. Again, certainly could have used that other attack. Where do I think this cookie is? We definitely got a little bit more of the attack going on in terms of that tier 1, in terms of debuff that we talked about. So probably closer to like the 6, 7 out of the 10. Certainly then you want to go back and reevaluate, the range of those bonus effects. When we look at cooldown here as an example, we're at 1.4 of 2, so could be better. But again, those are things to consider there for you as we break these down. So that is Twizzly Gummy Cookie and the topping guide for today in terms of the recommendation. Let's go ahead here and move into Hall of Enlightenment, my favorite level to showcase. We've done this guy, Friendly Squid Ink. Today we are going to go ahead and do Twizzly Gummy. So here's Twizzly Gummy. Let's go for it. And we have a massive, massive damage dealing team here now. So we'll go through this at a slower pace. We really, really want to see Twizzly Gummy's skill set. So we'll click this right away. There was that charge up. We saw that invulnerability there go for a minute or a hot second, one of the two, whatever it was. Definitely not a minute because this clock is still a ticking. We'll do Twizzly Gummy here's ultimate again in a second. Let's go ahead. So here you go. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. Almost wiped the entire back line out there. So it's a great way to push through the entire team. Something to consider there as well from a damage perspective. Lots of damage getting shot out of that cannon as well. Here we go. Let's get this line. There you go. We'll see if we can get the cooldown off fast enough for the final boss. There we go. Boom. Look at that. Perfect. So very, very nice run there. As always, we're certainly overpowered. But nonetheless, a great way to take a look and break down Twizzly Gummy Cookie. All right, so bringing things home in today's episode, we covered Twizzly Gummy Cookie, broke it down the range and the rear position in the team. We talked about the skill and the toppings beyond, which were those 5 raspberry, to really, really maximize that attack percent and attack damage for this damage dealer. We went through a run with the team, got to see Twizzly Gummy in action, and great action it was here on this episode. So with that, as always, I appreciate you tuning in, my fellow cookies. Thank you for watching. If you got questions or comments anyway, or still some feedback for me, please let me know down below. Love to hear from you. Flip me that like, smash subscribe, stay around for a while. Love to see you some more. Appreciate that support as always for the channel. Other great ways to stay connected, cookies. We'll see you again soon. Until next time, cookies, Mythras Cookie out.